But anyways, you want the Dark Elves or the
I really
Vampire
like it.
Coast?
I would love to go over this Dark Elf army and
Alright.
speak to some of the changes here, which I think most of them I like, some of them I question. But either way, it's overall a very similar core. We have 4 Bleak Swords, once again ranked up to 5 chevrons. That is 2 silver chevrons. Now, we have 1 Dread Spear in the back line, and we have 2 Witch Elves, 1 on either flank. And now for the Missile Core, we have 4 Shades this time. Last game we only saw 3, but I like this 4 Shades, more missile fire, which I think would have served him well in the prior game as well. Now we have the Blackheart Corsair Handbow. And for the Cavalry, we do have 2 Dark Riders, Repeater Crossbows, and we had a Dark Rider. Where did it go? Oh, okay. Oh, alright, we have 2 Dark Riders. No shields, just standard, and they are vanguarded behind the Dark Elf army. Quite curious. I think he's trying to catch any sneaky Mongols in the corner.
Yeah.
Mongols in the corner.
Or Scurvy Durgs.
Yes, the Scurvy Dogs. Yeah, that too, absolutely. This would be a great snag to get a Scurvy Dog here.
Yeah.
And you'd have it completely boxed in. But, yeah, of course, for the leadership, once again, it's a Supreme Sorceress. Or Fire. Same as last time. As the Arnzippel's Black Ore, that wind spell, Arcane Conduit, the Burning Head, and Fireball. And of course, Kindle Flame. Pretty standard kit versus the Vampire Coast. Now I do want to say I really like this with the Witch Elves. It's I just think it's going to be very strong in the flank and help bog down any monstrous units.
Yeah.
But now what has the Pirate brought to deal with this Dark Elf incursion, my son?
Well, the Pirates, starting out with some mobility on flanks, we got 2 Scurvy Dogs, 1 on either flank. But for the infantry line, we're going to see 4 units of Zombie Pirate Deck Mob, one of them being the Tide of Scold, ROR. We're going to have 2 Depth Guard. We're going to have 2 Sirens. Now, for the skirmish contingent, we're going to have some Zombie Pirate Gunnery Mob. Looks like 2 of them, a single bomber in the center. We're also going to have a mortar back here for some artillery support. Now, up in the air, we will have a significant flying force in the form of 2 Felbats, as well as Luther Harkin. Now, Luther Harkin we'll get to in a moment, but first let's check out what this Vampire Fleet Captain of Vampires has brought, and it's going to be the Drowned Dead, Invocation of Heck, Power Stone, and Hornswaggle. Now, on to Luther Harkin. He does have Hornswaggle and nothing else. So, here we go. Obviously, the Dark Elves are going to be forced towards the Vampire Coast due to that mortar being in play. But I have to say, the 2 Depth Guard, whereas as much as I like Depth Guard, I think that might be an investment when you look at the composition it's going up against. These Shades are going to have a field day shooting down Depth Guard if they get in range.
Absolutely. So much AP missile fire. Low HP on the Depth Guard. I think they'll just absolutely get shredded. And I really like dropping the System of Slaughter here.
Yeah.
Because those Witch Elves can make those said Rampage, unable to pull out. Yeah, just get deleted by all this missile fire. And yeah, I really like it here. I think he was definitely expecting those Depth Guard. And I think he changed his army maybe just after the performance of those units in the prior game.
Yeah. I like pretty much, I think I like all of the changes to Soothsayer's army right now, but there goes a Fireball.
Fireball going after the mortar, I believe.
Certainly and is. Boom. There goes a model.
1 model down.
Oh no, these guys are scrambling to man the other 2 pieces that are still online.
Now, I do really like bringing the mortar here. You know, he at least has the initiative here. He's forcing the Dark Elf to approach him. Though he's not getting much damage done in return. But, yeah.
Oh, man, another
I do
miss.
like this addition here.
I do too. It's a nice, cheap unit to give yourself the initiative, force your opponent towards you, but, yeah.
You know what you actually want to do with the mortar here, though? Just like Queen Bessie, this is where you manual aim the mortar. You click onto it. Mortar is just like Queen Bess. They fire like a cannon. And a direct fire cannon, very accurate as well.
Oh.
So, yeah. At this point, you could switch onto the mortar and hit some of these blobs that you see forming up as you just have your zombie front line going forward and, yeah, try and keep your other units safe. But you can get some really good pot shots off right here.
Yeah. Does look like
As,
some refused flanks going on here with the Vampire Coast, but I have to say Cyphos is doing a good job keeping his army organized in spite of the pullback on the Vampire Coast.
indeed, I like you see the full surround in the back line. Just, if they can just play it patiently here, they could have a great opportunity to just jump all those flanks. And with the 4 mobile units, there aren't enough Dark Riders to shut them all down.
Yeah.
As long as they can just time it right, with maybe a summon or 1 unit going to the back line. And I really like this too. The first unit to engage for the Vampire Coast were the Tide of Scold, an incredibly strong ROR zombie unit with Rowdy and Frenzy.
Yep.
And yeah, they're putting down this Bleak Sword, which is a good early win for the front line, which you often don't see for the Vampire Coast.
Yep. I do have to give some credit too over here to Luther Harkin. He has drawn so much fire and been able to dodge so much of it, and that's just immense value, as we know how deadly these shades are when they get on top of targets like Depth Guard and such. So
absolutely, yeah, he's just playing it patiently, healing up all the while, just applying pressure, and yeah, playing this very well.
Yep.
Now, I really like, yeah, this play on the left flank. This feigned retreat. And only just now going after an engagement, though I would like to see some support for these Sirens, because you see the missile fire.
Yeah, just coming in, really helping melt them down. And those extra chevrons on the Bleak Swords are really helping shore up their leadership and keep them in combat with those Sirens. But oh my god, a burning head just went through those Sirens and absolutely devastated them.
Yeah, it's nice. They are pulling back so the Death Guard can get a nice charge here. And they did take a lot of damage, though.
Yeah.
Look at this. There are a couple summons going down on the center, returning fire onto the Shades. But we do see some Death Guard. They're just not in combat. They should be pushed forward and maybe try and crash through the center there.
Well, and the Death Guard
on
on
the...
the...
opportunity. Luther needs to just get on the Shades. I mean, they're occupied. Just get on the Shades.
Well, I have to say, on the other end, you have the Death Guard getting melted by Shades, hand bows, and the repeater crossbows, and these Death Guard look like they may not even survive the rest of this engagement. Oh, God. And now Luther Harkin, yeah, directly above all the Shades, trying to draw out more fire, I imagine. But some really good play here from Soothsayer, keeping the Witch Elves nearby, making it impossible for Luther Harkin to land safely because he's so scared of that Rampage kicking in.
Exactly, and I was just looking at this formation. It's beautiful synergy between these units. He has the Dark Riders and Witch Elves patrolling the back lines, supporting these Shades. So as you said, Luther Harkin has nowhere to land.
Yep. As
he would just be rampaged into oblivion. It's just beautiful play. It's one thing, if you can, is have units work in threes. Synergy is often strongest in threes. The couples, multiple strengths of different units.
Yep.
And just beautiful formation and use of functional grouping.
Yes, very much so. I mean, speaking of that unit of threes, it's like you have the repeater crossbows, the hand bows, and the Shades, unit of 3. On the other side, Witch Elves, repeater crossbow, Shades, unit of 3. He's just really finding that synergy in all these units. Clearly a player who understands his faction very well and knows what complements what. And you just see the Vampire Coast getting whittled away across the battlefield, Looks like a nice invocation of Heck has brought those Depth Guard back from the brink of death, but still a lot of Sirens getting removed from the field right now.
Indeed, absolutely. Just really beautiful play, and as you said, the Depth Guard haven't healed up, but I do feel with all this overwhelming fire, they will inevitably be plunged back to the depths, beneath the waves, and yeah, the Dark Elf Force will claim victory and show who is the true pirate of Warhammer 2. Although there's no Loki here, but we do have some Blackheart Corsairs to represent the Dark Elf piracy.
Yeah, he sent him as a representative in his stead, but here comes a Burning Head again, and man, his Burning Heads they get a lot of damage.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Firecasts are just so strong against really all undead factions.
Yep. And now the Witch
Elves.
Elves. Yeah, absolutely. And the Witch Elves over here are just rampaging so much infantry. There's Depth Guard on top of them, a bunch of zombies, and here comes, is that a Arnspaul's Black Horror? Yeah.
Yeah, seems it may have been a misclick.
Yeah, I would say it was a misclick, but
it's really weird, look at the balance of power. It says it's all vampirates, but with the missile fire, just can't see that being the case.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Luther Harkin theoretically can still regenerate and get a lot of health back here,
Yeah.
but there's still plenty of ammunition on the side of the Dark Elves.
But
But yeah,
if he could snipe the caster, I mean, the Lord for the Dark Elves I can see, but
yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Death Guard about to vanish.
Depth Guard about to vanish. Just so many units that are just not looking too good for the Vampire Coast right now. But the Vampire Fleet Captain and Luther Harkin, the two of them are something that can't be taken lightly. I forgot the Mortar was still online. Still has two models.
Yeah, Tlax just completely ignored it. It's only got 35 kills, but it's been putting down constant pressure on these Shades, and it seems to be taking its toll on their HP.
Yeah.
They still have quite a few models, but regardless. Yeah, all below half health. And if Luther gets one good charge on the Supreme Sorceress, it could still be anyone's game.
Yeah.
But... And it's actually a good spot for the Vampire Coast. I mean, look at that. Balance of power. Strongly in their favor.
Definitely.
Although that's also a summon here, as well, I should say. Yeah.
Luther Harkin going to
But
take
nice
some
use
more
of the
bolts
Overcast
to the
summon.
face. Yeah. Overcast
Push
summon.
off the Shades.
These gunnery mob here with the Vampire Fleet Captain, yeah. Doing a nice bit of chasing, but once that summon runs out, yeah, I guess I'm having a hard time seeing how they win this. Another Burning Head going down. This one not going to be the most effective, but still do a nice little bit of damage. And, yeah, at this point, I feel like the Dark Elves, all they need to do, peel off, go take care of that Mortar, deal with the ground forces here, and then you'll be good. And, oh my god, that Burning Head just kept on going. But yeah, I mean, the Dark Elves to me just have all the tools they need to win this, but the balance of power is still disagreeing with me. And where's the attacking? Okay, there's the attack. My bad. I was about to.
Oh, sorry, I was muted for a moment.
Oh, you were? Oh, okay,
But,
I was wondering where you went.
Yeah.
There.
But yeah, it's just the leadership, it seems, for the Pirates. They still have 3 expensive units on the field, but one of them is being deleted by the Dark Riders now, which is a nice play. But still with Luther Harkin regenning, and still with its Vampire Fleet Captain.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit of leadership and spend on the field, but
I just feel like as soon as Luther Harkin lands somewhere, there's too many Shades left on the field and repeater crossbows, and he's just going to have to be very, very careful because they still have a good amount of ammunition.
yeah, you know, if he can just dodge, yeah, it's just massive.
Yeah.
Again, oh, look at these dodges, though.
Yeah, he needs to stop firing at him when he's in the air, because if he runs out of ammunition, he's lost this battle.
But I think, really, if Luther Harkin can just dodge, get one charge on the Supreme Sorceress, yeah, I think it'll just be game.
Yeah, Army Lust is probably kicking from there. But now the Dark Elves are coming in again, getting regrouped. There's a lot of units coming in from the rear, and if the Dark Elves can take care of all the ground forces for the Vampire Coast...
Oh, Dark Rider has been hornswaggled. Looks like they're going to eat a volley as they try and retreat. Yeah, that's tough. Oh, Witch Elf coming in, though.
Oh, Witch Elf's coming in. Luther Harkin needs to be careful. But I don't know if there's any...
He's staying in combat way too long.
Alright, yeah, he's going to be getting out of there, it seems. And now the Witch Elf's going to take some fire. But yeah, balance of power slipping further and further towards the Vampire Coast right here. Is Tutorial going to pull this off?
Yeah, it seems the regen on Luther may just be the key to victory. He's just riding that regen all the way to victory.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Flax needs to get a couple good volleys down. Yeah, in a moment. He could just route.
Yeah, he's had to play this so carefully. I mean, he's got his repeater crossbows here. Once again, firing at Luther when he's in the air. He needs to stop doing that as far as I'm concerned. I mean, at this point, maybe just, like, try to throw a volley into this Vampire Fleet Captain, but I don't know. What are your thoughts here, Romulan? What's the safest, best way Soothsayer can pull this home?
These two shades are directly in front of the Vampire Fleet Captain. I think you do drop a volley on him and try to get the other two into the action as well. Here goes a fireball. I think you need to play this with the a volley. Yeah, like here you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But now he's going after Luther. No, I think just shoot the Fleet Captain.
No, stop.
Because there's always priority and plausibility, and
he keeps on.
the chances he's going to miss. Like, he just keeps missing.
He just keeps missing all of those shots, and I think he threw away a beautiful opportunity to kill that Vampire Fleet Captain. And
yeah, and the thing is, you want to get a jump when the opponent is not paying attention. Here you go. So the Fleet Captain wasn't dodging, but now he is. So now you need to, hold your ammo. But yeah, he's just focusing on Luther too much. If he was to switch back and forth between the two of them, it stresses the opponent's micro a bit more, and yeah, one of them, Luther or the Fleet Captain, may have been careless and ate a ball in the face, but
yeah, he's just not getting these
the chain route
down.
may be moments away just because of the loss of ammo, which would be very unfortunate for the Dark Elf, despite some very well played engagement. But Luther Harkin just such a beast, HW, just such a beast.
He is such a beast. I mean, I like him a lot. He's probably, aside from Aranasa, of course, my favorite lord for the Vampire Coast. But oh man, what was that? Looks like the Supreme Sorceress of Fire took a lot of damage there. Did she overcast something?
I think it was breath.
Alright, so here comes that fireball. Once again on top of the Vampire Fleet Captain. Now kill the Vampire Fleet Captain.
Yes, shoot the captain, especially while she's running forward. If she runs at the shades, just shoot her. Shoot her! Shoot her!
Shoot her!
Shoot her! Just
Yeah, I mean, I also want to see these repeater crossbows doing something. There's some zombies back here that they can be killing off with cycle charging and forcing Luther to make a play. And it's very rare I'm this critical of Soothsayer's prioritization of units right now. But there it goes, into the Vampire Fleet Captain. Some good dodges from Tutorial, though.
Yeah, he must just be a bit, frustrated with Luther just healing so much. He is just massive regen. But yeah, the Dark Rider absolutely needs to be into these zombies.
Oh.
Maybe he's just waiting for the Black Corsair to catch up. Oh no, this summon could be it.
Yeah.
The summon could just get a couple volleys down and the chain route's gonna hit, regardless of the
Oh, but Luther Harkin taking a very serious damage there from that volley of
that's saving
shades.
it. That is absolutely saving it for the Dark Elf.
Okay, and look,
Wow, there's just so much going on.
Vampire Fleet Captain is not looking very healthy. Luther Harkin diving in. This could be the moment the Dark Elves need. The Witch Elves are coming in. If they get Rampage, they could win this. But will Rampage kick him before Terror? Doesn't look like it. Oh my god.
I think a little more. Another volley from this zombie pirate gunnery mob. Oh wait, where's the fireball going?
Oh, missing is where it's going. Oh
And
no.
Luther, why not the Fleet Captain? Why not the Fleet Captain, HW? Just to get this Fleet Captain off the field.
I don't know, man, but that's a GG.
And once again, Fleet Captain's running. No, the Fleet Captain's running at you. Shoot it.
Yeah.
Shoot it with the shades.
This is gonna be over, I think.
Yeah, the Overwatch fire from the zombie gunnery mob just gonna be too much. And Luther Harkin's used all his ammo though. Look at that.
Yeah, he has. The balance of power still creeps a little bit here and there, but just not seeing it right now, my friend.
348 HP on the Vampire Fleet Captain.
Jesus Christ.
Could be dead.
He could be. And if another invocation of the heck goes off.
I gotta say though, what a game.
What a game indeed.
Seemed like a strong Dark Elf advantage there, killing off key units, had some very nice play, but Luther Harkin just healing all the while. The whittle damage from the mortar, it paid dividends in the end.
Absolutely, and I think also just Soothsayer, he could have killed that Vampire Fleet Captain before he got that last summon.
Yeah.
He could have killed that Vampire Fleet Captain plenty of times, and I couldn't agree more in the sense that I just think he was way too focused on killing Luther when he should have been focused on killing everything around Luther, and then leaving him all by his lonesome in the end, because there was just so many opportunities I felt that he had to go in there and kill off all the zombie chaff surrounding Luther, and then just, played it patiently, but he just kept on wasting so much ammunition on him when he was dodging.